Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here, and the Google Pixel videos just keep coming. Yesterday I unboxed the new Pixel 7 Pro and even the new Google Pixel Watch. I can link to those videos down below if you missed it, but in this video it's time to unbox the Pixel 7 and compare it with the Pixel 7 Pro. Thanks to Google for sending these devices for us to check out. Now with the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro, there's definitely a difference between the two devices, especially considering the price tag, the Pixel 7 at $599 and the 7 Pro at $899. But let's get into it. Quickly see what comes in the box of the Pixel 7, get some hands-on, and then of course compare it to the Pixel 7 Pro. See if it's worth that $300 price tag difference. Let's get started. Here is the new Google Pixel 7. They also sent over a case. We'll put this on the phone a little bit later on in the video. Obviously, the 7 Pro is right here. We'll put them side by side in just a second. This is also the obsidian color for the Pixel 7, which I'm pretty excited to check out. It looks really nice, at least in the pictures that I've seen, so excited to see it in person. And here's a first look at it. Taking the phone out. We're gonna set it to the side for just a second. Continue on. You do get an adapter, USB Type-C male to USB Type-A female. You've got your charging cable, so no brick, just a charging cable, USB Type-C to USB Type-C, and then up at the top here, pretty simple, just your standard booklets getting started guide. And I know what you came to see, the Pixel 7. This back is glass, it is glossy, a little bit reflective. The top bar is not reflective whatsoever, as you can tell. A little bit of a different color, which does extend to the sides. So this bar color is on the sides, top and bottom. Flipping it over lets you know there is an in-display fingerprint scanner, some of your shortcuts, peeling that off. Let's boot up the phone, and while it boots up, let's take a closer look at the hardware. Here are the two side by side, just so you can see the color, the size difference of the two. Microphone, speaker, USB Type-C port for charging down at the bottom. Along the right side here, I'm gonna line up the bottoms. You'll notice the buttons placement is the exact same if the bottoms are lined up. And then you do have volume rockers, power button, a little bit of a camera bump, pretty much the exact same on both of the phones. And then up towards the top, you do have, interesting, you've got a more prominent, I believe this is the 5G antenna up towards the top, but that is not visible here on the Pixel 7, and then a microphone. Along the left side, you have your SIM card slot, and that's just about it. And then flipping it over on the back, just a quick look at the different colors. It does have a G for that branding, and then our cameras, which are a little bit different. And by different, I just mean different amounts of lenses. So these two are the exact same as these two. This is just the added lens that you get with the 7 Pro, that telephoto lens. So this has the 50 megapixel main sensor and the 12 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, but then you do not get any zoom lens whatsoever. So everything is digital zoom on the Pixel 7, whereas the 7 Pro, you can get up to 5 times optical zoom and up to 30 times zoom. And then on the 7, I believe it zooms in up to 7 times digitally, 8 times digitally. All right, welcome to your Pixel. We're gonna quickly run through the startup process and talk about a couple noteworthy things. As I pointed out earlier, it does have an in-display fingerprint scanner on the Pixel 7, the exact same as the 7 Pro. We can set that up, set things to keep in mind, etc. Now, touch and hold the fingerprint sensor. It will give you a little bit of a vibration feedback. And to be honest, after typing, feeling the vibration motor, it feels the exact same as the 7 Pros, which is excellent, by the way. So I really do like the haptics on both of these phones. It just feels very natural, crisp. It's really nice. Anyways, once we set up our fingerprint, you can add more if you'd like to. However, not only does this have fingerprint scanner, it has the addition of face unlock. You can use both at the same time, which I've really liked having on the 7 Pro. I found that the face unlock doesn't work as well in really dark situations, but again, then you just default back to that fingerprint scanner, so it's nice to just have both. Anyways, hitting start, same thing, circle, hopefully the camera gets this. Tilt your head up, down, boom. Very quick and easy to set up, done. To really just give you a quick example of it. So looking at it, you'll notice it highlights it, and then this padlock opens up where you can just tap the padlock and it will unlock the phone. If I'm not looking at the phone, I can just use that fingerprint scanner, which has also been quicker than the Pixel 6. I've been very happy with the fingerprint scanner and face unlock combo on this phone, and expect the exact same performance on this one as well. All right, we are all set up and ready to go with our brand new Pixel 7. I do want to jump into settings very quickly. This does have a higher refresh rate. This is an OLED panel. If we go into display, scrolling down, there is smooth display. So this will go from 60 to 90 hertz for some content. So this does not actually bump up to 120 hertz like the 7 Pro does. So that is definitely a difference between the two. A little bit higher refresh rate on the 7 Pro. Not only a higher refresh rate, but I'll be able to show it off on settings on the 7 Pro. If you go into display, you can customize the resolution. So out of the box, you'll see 1080p screen resolution. You have to change it to 1440p. Actually, I showed that off in my unboxing video. Whereas on the Pixel 7, you only have 1080p screen resolution. So there is a difference between the two. And then you'll notice smooth display all the way up to 120 hertz on the 7 Pro. So the display definitely different. Obviously size difference as well. Should probably mention that. 6.3 inches versus 6.7 inches. So definitely a difference, but not only that, a flat display as opposed to a curved display, sides anyways, on the 7 Pro versus the 7. I know a lot of people have strong preferences one way or the other, but Google does give you the option. Also want to point out the display is actually a little bit taller in a sense with the aspect ratio. This is a 20:9 aspect ratio, and this is a 19.5 to 9 as opposed to 20 to 9. So it's really not that big of a difference. Just wanted to point it out because it is different. One final thing, the peak brightness is 100 nits brighter on the Pixel 7 Pro. So it'll be a tiny bit brighter outside when it needs to crank up all the way of brightness. So just a little bit brighter with the 7 Pro. Jumping into the camera app, we'll have to do some more testing to compare the two. Want to just point out that you do have you can take some quick shots, 0.7 times for that ultra wide angle lens. But then there's also a 2x, which is actually supposed to be really nice for zoom. Obviously not using any sort of telephoto lens, but it is digital zoom. And then once we're done with that, you can actually zoom in. Whoops, didn't mean to go home there. Once we're done with that, you can actually zoom in all the way up to 8x. So it was 8x, not 7x, and snap some pictures that way. And again, Google software does a great job with zooming. Even digital zoom still looks really nice. Obviously not nearly as nice, not as nice as a 5 times optical zoom that the 7 Pro is going to give you, or all the way up to 30 times, which, you know, isn't going to be that great of quality, but it's cool that you can do it. Just to quickly show you, here is a quick look at the options. You get 2x and then 5x, and then you can zoom in all the way up to 30 times. This is obviously not a very good example at a cup this close, but just to show you that you do get just larger zoom out of this phone. And not only that, grabbing our Pixel 7, what I want to do is take a quick picture of this pen, right? Sell me this pen. No, I'm just kidding. So anyways, I'm gonna get as close as I can for it to stay in focus. There we go. So that's about as close as this pen's going to get, which, you know, isn't too bad. But now what we're gonna do is grab our Pixel 7 Pro and get a little bit closer, and you'll notice macro is on. So this has a macro mode using the ultra wide angle lens, so the Pro actually can take these shots, whereas the Pixel 7 does not have this feature. So you'll notice I'm getting really close and it seems to be in focus. I'm almost touching the lens. So here, let's check out this picture. So yeah, you'll see that's really cool how close you can get to objects with that macro mode, which is absent on the Pixel 7. Anyways, let's test out that in-display fingerprint scanner. I am not looking at the screen. Setting our finger down, that was very quick, very snappy. Same thing, a little bit of vibration feedback. Now I'm going to turn on the lock screen. You'll notice it recognized my face right away. You can swipe up or just tap this padlock here. Again, if you just go like this, look at it, swipe up, you'll notice I didn't use the fingerprint scanner at all. The face unlock has been very quick and snappy in better lighting scenarios. Now, in terms of specs, both of these phones use Google's new Tensor G2 chipset. However, the Pixel 7 has 8 gigabytes of RAM, whereas the Pixel 7 Pro has 12 gigabytes of RAM, so a little bit more RAM out of the Pro model. Also, with the size difference, you get different sized batteries inside on the Pixel 7. You have a 4,355 milliamp hour battery. It's a little bit smaller than the Pixel 7 Pro's 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Of course, you have a higher refresh rate display, higher resolution, which will drain battery a little bit more. However, I still expect battery life to be better on the 7 Pro. Obviously, I will need to fully test that out. Almost forgot Pixel 7 case. Let's put this on our device. It is all wrapped up. This is an official Google case that they had sent over. Hashtag Team Pixel there. Okay, here it is. Looks really nice. A little bit of an accent on the G. So let's go ahead and put our phone in this case. Seems to cover the corners. Everything looks really nice. It does cover up the buttons with an accent. It looks really clean. I do like this case quite a bit. And obviously the black bar is exposed. However, when you set it down, you'll see some cutouts here that will rest on the case. So it's not going to rest on the actual bar. And then a quick look at the bottom there. So there is our Pixel 7 case. So all in all, those are the differences between the new Pixel 7 and Pixel 7 Pro. Check out my other videos. I went a little bit more in depth on the 7 Pro with the software and such that the Pixel 7 has. So check out that video. I'll link to it down below. Obviously, with the size difference, you get a little bit more usability with one hand. With the smaller screen size, a little more compact. It's going to fit in your pocket a little bit easier, but you get a better display viewing experience out of the 7 Pro. So it's up to you in terms of size. And then, of course, you do get some changes with that back camera obviously being different. You get a little more RAM on the 7 Pro, a little bit bigger battery. So it's up to you. Drop a comment. Let me know which one you would go with between these two devices. Be sure to click that subscribe button. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And as always, thanks for watching.